Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another Simple Stamping Sunday video. I'm wondering why I chose Simple Stamping Sunday. It's kind of complicated to say, especially for a person that, has issues talking sometimes. Anyways, welcome. I am so glad you guys are here with me today. If you are here on Sunday, thank you so much for spending your Sunday with me. And if not, well, thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope you like the cards we're going to make today and enjoyed just the video in general. If you don't know, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and as such, I always say I would love to spoil you with rewards. And the first one I always promote is a free catalog. So, well, actually at this point in time, 2 free catalogs. So if you want a catalog, please send me an email to Maria and Maria's Crafting Corner, just right here, and just let me know you wanted the catalog, but you also please send me your address so I could just send them to you. The other thing I would like to remind you guys is that I do have a free gift if you purchase from my online store. This is a memory pack, and it's from the Berry Christmas Suite. I particularly love memory packs, and so I always kind of choose them as part of my rewards. I feel that you can get so many options from memory packs for scrapbooking, for making the cards, for other things. So that's what I particularly love, but I have done other things in the past, so always stay tuned. They change monthly. You want this for free? All you need is to spend $50 before shipping and taxes in my online store, and then I will send this to you probably, I always say, more or less like mid of the next month, because I try to get only one big order with the stuff that, with these specific things or specific gifts. Guys, so it is still, you still have time, guys. You still have time to make the decision to join Stampin' Up! And belong to a wonderful crafting community. I have found in these community friends, people that cares for me, Maria, not, the YouTube person. I have found people that I really have connected. I am a crafter, so when you join Stampin' Up, you get a 20% discount, and that to me was like a super important thing, because again, I can save $1 or $2 when I order a lot. So I'm appreciative of that discount. But now, right now, we have this wonderful option for you to join, and you'll get a 35% off to start a kit. So for $65, you will be able to get $125 worth of product. That's a lot. And if not, you can just bump it up. So you can get, you can pay the $99 but get 35% more. So from that 125%, I think it's like $160 worth of product. So it is a really good option to join. If you don't want to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, like as a demonstrator, work as a demonstrator, that's totally fine. Most of us are just hobbyists. How do you say that? And we just enjoy the discount, and again, this amazing community. The last couple of things I want to remind you guys is this is the it's called Rustic Advent, and it's one of our newer kits. Very beautiful. I think I'm going to make a video on making these, and I'm going to make the kit as is, or maybe just show you how it looks, because I really love this Advent kit. I love it because you can my thought is you can just put the little pockets in the tree, the Christmas tree, and so the kids can have something to play with every month, every day. Anyways, just letting you guys know, I love this one. And finally, because I am a paper pumpkin kit fanatic, this is our paper pumpkin kit for the month of November. You have just a few days to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin Kit, which is a monthly subscription. I love making alternatives with it. Join me on Thursday. Join me on Thursdays. Join me on Fridays. I'm sorry, at 6 p.m. That's mostly when I've been doing them lately. It's a live, and we create alternatives together. Okay, let's go to the stamping. We're just jumping to the crafting table so we don't talk and talk and talk. I don't like that talking a lot. All right, we're going to be using something I love. I love working with acetates in cards. And so I was struggling a little bit, like, okay, let me go back. I bought a little bit ago, and I forget how they're called. Give me 1 second while I check this out. I should have had these ready. It's called Gold Celebration. So this paper, which is acetate, it's already have, some print in it, and I absolutely love it, guys. It's so beautiful. It brings, these types, so you have like kind of like confetti. This one you can cut in half and work with it. And then the last one is this one, which again is very party like. I'm sorry about the glare. Let's see, more likely there. I really like them. They are gold, but you can use the other side, which is in silver. So I got this. I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. I love them. I'm going to make so many cards with them. And tan-tan, here we are. I have not made one card till now. So that's the second card we're going to be doing today, because I already have everything kind of like cut and ready to go. But that get me going, right? Like, I would like to do another card with with acetates. And let's see, I'm going to bring this. I'm going to bring this paper. This is a pre-order. Is going to be available November 7th, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just gorgeous. These are from the online store. Like, if you see these look very much like Monet, right? Like, I love this paper. But it is true, when I saw it online, in a YouTube video, somebody said, well, what would you do with it? Like, it's rough, right? And I was like, it is rough. And the same thing actually happened to me with All About Autumn, because I know the backs have like that foil, gold foil, I think it's copper foil in them. But the front with the beautiful pictures, I'm like, how do you make cards with it? I've been able to make cards with it. It's not that it's complicated, but sometimes you get going, right? Like, I would like a card that kind of makes sense, or that I really like, or with the beauty of the paper, I guess. So I thought, and this is what I kind of came up with, and we're going to make this together. For some reason, I did not bring the rest of my acetate. So for this first card, we're just going to use regular acetate. This is our acetate from Stampin'Up. I know it's glary and I know it's not ideal, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try to put my big hands on top. Man, my hands are not big, I'm just lying. Okay, so we are going to get this piece, and we are going to score these at 4 1/4. And yes, what we're going to be doing is a regular A2 by 5 1/2. So regular A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I guess I was not thinking. So now we're going to align the longest piece towards the top of the trimmer, and we are going to cut at 11. Stampin'Up's acetates are 12 by 12, which I really like, because I always get like one big piece. I mean, one of, I guess, a set of the acetates and cut them in little pieces. Have you heard of Kylie's Bertucci's chop it or something? Well, I kind of do that. Like I really cut them in pieces, and usually 4. So I cut one at 4, right? So I have 4 by 6, so I can just cut it in half and then cut my little pieces. And that is very useful just to have them already cut for shakers and other areas that you're not really going to need like the whole piece. But then I always keep a couple for myself to do stuff like this. So now this is 11, so we're going to move this at 5.5, and we're going to bring that. Oh, now you're not seeing. Let me close this. We're going to bring that scoring blade. Okay, there it goes. And we are going to push a little bit because our acetate is very good, and so it does not give in easily. Let me see. I think we did a good job in here. So the next step we are going to do is we're going to bring, see, it's hard. It's hard to get this well scored in a way that you're like, oh yeah, I got it. It's not like paper, definitely. So always what I do, guys, is I just align in here and start pushing towards that score line. So the score line is going to help us, but you need to work it a little bit extra. And I hope that makes sense. So finally, keeping those 2 edges together, right? I'm going to bring my bone folder, and I'm going to, whoops, not like that, not that loud. Wait, there. I'm going to put my big hand on it, not big hand again, but and then I'm going to bring my bone folder to really, really push this. So there it is. So now we have our little card base in acetate. So we're going to put that out of the way for a minute. Our next step is to bring the DSP. So I have chosen 2 pieces of the same design, and those are these 2. I already have this one cut, but that's not important really. So I have tried this several ways. The first one that I made was using All About Autumn. I will show that to you here in a minute. Well, not in a minute, towards the end. You know that. And then another one using these the same DSP, which I kind of forgot now, called Meandering Meadows. They do like those names that just are so difficult for me. So the first card I made actually with this same paper and another paper on the top, and I really like it. But I was wondering later, right after I finished that one and before I started this card, I was like, oh, what if you use the same paper? Would that work well? Okay, so I think we're going to try this together and see if that is a good choice, and we'll find out pretty soon if it's not. No, I think it's going to look good. So the other thing we're going to be using, which I can't find now, of course, why would it be here? Come on, guys. Found it, guys. It's okay. So we are going to be using today these set of dies. It's called Around the Bend dies. These are in the annual catalog. I really like it. I said last time this but it is true, holds true. I really like anything that helps give some interest to cards or to scrapbook, right? In the end, I'm a scrapbook in a heart, right? And so I love the fact of having edges that are different or that create some sort of interest like this, right? Or these. I just like that very much. I think it's a scrapbooker thing. Okay, so I cut these already at 4 1/4. That is the important measurement. So these needs to be 4 1/4, which is the width of our card, right? So this card base or acetate is 4 1/4, which means, I'm saying which means a lot, but it does that. This piece of DSP is going to cover all the width of it. Now the length is less important because in the end we're going to be cutting a piece of it with this. And I don't need this. This is this piece exactly is 5.5 by 4.25. And the reason it has that measurement, it's because I think that it is good for you to see exactly where it's going to fall. I think it really doesn't matter in the end. Like, you can put it whatever and cut in the top if you don't like it, you know. But I guess I just thought it was easier for me that way. So we are going to move this out of the way, bring our gorgeous and very useful best friend, our die cut and embossing machine, and I am here with you, and we're going to do together, like, figure out where we want this. I definitely want some of these sky because it makes it a little simpler, and I like these here. I want it to be a little bit lighter, so I'm trying to get some of that yellow in there. You can totally make this just the sky, but I want a little bit more of the card, of the DSP. So I think I'm going to leave it there, hoping that is some of those yellows that I was mentioning. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move this back to me. And we're going to go and die cut that real quick. Okay. So let me grab the paper in here. Whoops. And we're going to move this out of the way. I don't think we need these today anymore. So hopefully that is a true statement. And here is our piece. And these, guys, I think that these just look so beautiful. Truth is, I just love this paper. Let's just face it. And I think that this is such a beautiful pattern, and the die cut is just adorable. Now, this is going to be one of the slow portions of our video today. And it is because I'm going to use these glue dots. Why am I using glue dots? I'm going to be using glue dots because I have used the Stampin' Seal Plus, but it's too noticeable, and so I'm thinking that maybe glue dots will help a little bit better. So let me rephrase this. Yes, the Stampin' Seal Plus is a little bit noticeable. It is not crazy noticeable, which means to me that anyways, that it really worked well for the other card I had used. And I used the Stampin' Seal Plus for the All About Autumn card, and it really worked. But I just feel that the glue dots, oh my God, in heavens, for real, are a little bit smaller and just, you know, and rebellious, but they are it will be easier to disguise them, I guess. The other thing is that this pattern here it's not busy, or actually it's almost solid, right? The pattern or the paper is completely solid, and so I think that if it's less busy, it's more noticeable as well. So that's one of the other reasons we're going to be using glue dots here. And now we're going to take this backing, which is what's going to kind of take us some time. Hopefully we go through this a little faster. And this is one of those times where, guys, though having the right tools makes it so easy. We have talked 100 times about why I love my Take Your Pick so much, but partially it is because look how easy it is to do some of these things. Otherwise, I would have to be using, you know, my nails, and I just don't know why, but I'm not really good with that. So having the right tools makes crafting so much simpler and so much easier. Okay, managed to get all those out. I am just going to bring this. I cannot extend this like I always do, right? I always open my card base to adhere the panels, but you guys can tell it's not easy. So the easiest way for me to do this is aligning in one corner, and I'm holding it up towards me so I can see better. And I am going to, like, there it is, aligning that corner, and sorry guys, aligning that corner, and I'm going to like push that glue dot, right? So I have that, but I have not pushed anything else, and that's one of the other good things of having just the glue dot, because then you can really maneuver this a little bit better since we cannot use glue. because in the back, see how beautiful this looks? In the back, it will be totally noticeable if you use glue. The other thing you can totally do is just get another piece of paper and put it in the back, right? I am not going to do that because the truth is people are not going to open that and look here necessarily. They're just going to keep looking at the rest of the card. And so I just don't think we need to worry too much about that. So this is our first step. Now, we are going to bring now this piece because we're going to start decorating that. And I'm going to bring our other panel of DSP. This is, we said 4 1/8, so we need 4 and we just need to cut this at 4. Now I'm going to cut this a little bit to 4 1/2 because I really want to focus on that center, like this area. And so I'm going to turn this around and we're going to move this to, I want to say that's probably good. Let's see. So that is 4. So all I'm trying is to really center this panel, right? And now we are going to cut this at 5 1/8. I'm going to cut, I'm just trying, same as we've done in the past. I'm just trying to figure out how much I want of each part of the DSP because it's so beautiful, right? But I still need to cut it. So I just cut a tiny bit of the sky and another piece in another part here at the bottom. So bottom line, these measures 5 1/2 by 4, okay, which is just 1/8 smaller than these gorgeous grape card base. Now, interestingly enough, for those of you who have been following me, I am not going to double layer this, only because I just think that you don't need to take anything away from the beauty of the paper. I thought about it. I said, well, maybe putting fresh freesia underneath will work, or putting some of that yellow will work. That's a beautiful combination. But I just thought it's just good as it is, because maybe, and I'll show you here in a minute, when we put this finally in the card base, the plastic is going to be our first layer if you want. So you're going to have those 3 layers. So I just think that this is going to work well as it is. I'm going to bring my Stampin' Seal Plus. We're going to go ahead and adhere this panel to our card base. And there you go. So we have our first part. The next piece, and I'm going to bring a piece of white cardstock, and we are going to cut another one, and this is going to be about a 1/4 smaller, not about, it's a 1/4 smaller. So this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, just a tiny bit. I really like sometimes to have some extra, extra layer, a bigger layer. Not all the time, but I think in this case, it's just really going to work well. The other thing I want is to bring some of these beautiful paper in here. So we're going to do that too. I just lied to you guys. I said we were not going to need this, but I'm going to bring, I'm going to bring these paper. And we're going to bring our Stampin' Embossing machine again. Cut and embossing machine again. Put it backwards, guys. And we're going to use that same, not the same, I'm going to use those around the bend dies, and we are going to use this one here to cut just a little piece of that, and then we're going to be able to decorate our inside as well. That move a tiny bit, and I don't want it that high. And then we're going to go ahead and get that going. So that way we use everything possible of that paper, right? I don't like to waste, especially paper as beautiful as this. There is paper that I think, sorry guys, there's paper that I think is just much harder to really use. And that got dirty there, so we're going to turn this around. And let's see, I want these better. So we said this was 3 3/4. So I'm just going to attach, move this here, align it 3 3/4. And what I want to really cut is the lower area. So there it is. I like the little mountain thingy. And we're going to put this one right inside here, just like that. I'm going to bring glue for this, since it's rebellious. As you notice, I have not done anything to really to stamp in here, and the reason is I think the only stamp I'm going to put is going to be in the inside. I did that for all the other cards, and I really like it. So I'm going to bring, sorry guys, I'm going to bring here, we're going to be using Courage and Faith, and I really like May the Lord Bless and Keep You. Is one of my favorites. And so I'm just going to put this one right here towards one side, not in the middle, because I feel that this is a good way to leave just side on this side for somebody to write, right? So I am going to bring my block. And I think I want this in yellow, actually. Yeah, it's going to be yellow. Then I actually decided something else. So we're going to do this in yellow. So I'm really going to align these here in my grid paper. And I'm going to use this side. This is not very straight, guys. Use this side as a guide to see if I can do this as straight as possible. I have told you guys it's super complicated for me to see, because unfortunately the light is just right there. Right there, guys. It's super hard. But I had told you that I was thinking of using yellow for a layer. And I think I'm going to bring layer. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. So I decided that I wanted a yellow layer, and I'm just making sure I cut this right, and it is. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to bring this beautiful color combination. Isn't this gorgeous? And we're going to bring our Stampin' Seal Plus, and we're going to attach it there into the first layer. And this is a 1/4 smaller, so you guys know. Okay, and then we're gonna use the next piece, and I always extend this. I have to say, the purple and yellow combination is definitely one of those that I really like. Okay, so that is the inside of our card. This is the outside of the card, and now it's time to adhere these to the card. So see what I was saying? Now this looks like a continuation because it's pretty much the same, so it looks really good. I think that you either want to do this a little less busy and this busy, so you're able to really like see the pattern inside, otherwise it gets confusing. Or the other way, right? These very busy, but this way less busy. Or something like this where you're able to kind of make a continuation of the same picture, right? So when you open, you're going to have this beautiful paper here, then you'll have your card, and then you'll have the rest of the card. Now, I have a couple of options for this card. I have this is the one that comes in a packet with Bubble Bath and the Assure Afternoon. Yes, Assure Afternoon, right? This is one option. It's not the exact color, but it's okay. The other one is, this is in the mini catalog, and it's this iridescent ribbon. I love this one because it has a little bit of that, because it's iridescent, you're able to see some of the tones in purple, but it's not purple, and so it kind of, I feel like it kind of gets sucked into the color there. If it were in here, it would be much more noticeable, right? So I'm just gonna not use this one, so let's put this away real quick. Now I am trying not to use stuff that is not available, right? But if you have by any chance these, this is Fresh Freesia. This is the one I would really use, right? This is the ribbon that I would use because it's perfect. but we don't have it available anymore. It's retired, so I am not going to use it right now. As I show you, that leaves me with the cheer ribbon in yellow. Let me put this back out. So I just wanted to show you those. Now I do have out here a piece of the one that comes with the suite, and I have to tell you guys, I really like the ribbon. I really don't see this matching very well with the suite. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm too picky, which we all know I am. So I don't really like this ribbon with this paper. Sorry. So we are going to bring, so I have already here a big piece of ribbon in that, and this is in the lemon lolly. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to push this all the way inside, right there. So it's all the way inside. And I'm going to bring my ribbon, and I am going to adhere this. Actually, I'm going to go and adhere this the other way. So this is going to be a little bit tricky-ish. Not totally, but a little bit. We are going to adhere our ribbon in the back. And so it has to be in these back, in the back of this thing. So we are going to bring, I'm actually going to use my tear and tape, guys, because I feel like I can't keep it straighter line, because you guys know I have difficulty with that, right? So I'm bringing this here. I'm putting this a whole lot towards the top of my there, towards the top of my card base, right? So again, this is the front, this is the back. I just turn this around and put my tear and tape up here towards the top. And I have a piece here. We're going to, this is going to go backwards like that. Let me remove the backing here. So we are going to keep this in here. I don't need a whole lot more than this, because I do want this to be covered all the way, which means that I am going to cut this right there, right? So it's one piece. It looks one piece-ish. One piece. This piece is going to be much more noticeable. So that is not straight, guys. Oh my god, neat and straight are not differently not good friends. Okay, there we go. That is straighter. And so it looks almost like just one piece. If you want something more, you can totally glue this in here. We'll do probably that in a minute. And now we have this straight. Now we are going to do something that I learned from Karen Titus. So what she does is she makes this line, and then she just goes ahead and figure out where you want that, your how you call them? Tails, and then just come and make that attachment here, right? I had already cut this, so it really kind of does not work very well. Okay, that kind of look okay. Okay, there it is. It is working. It is working. Hers looks much better. So I think me and ribbon we definitely have a thing. I am just going to. I'm trying to organize this a tiny bit. There, I think. Okay, so I'm going to cut some of those tails and this one too. And we're just going to leave it there. If you want, you know, I have a little bow here. I am not very good with bows. So you can totally cut this and adhere this if you want it. I have to learn that technique. Not good with that, so I'm not going to. Okay, guys, I made a mistake. Just realize it. The good news are that we can undo my mistake, thankfully, because this needs to be inside. That's like, something is off here. I'm missing a part in here. That's so weird. Okay, so, whew, guys, for real. Once we have this, we're not going to align this yet, or not glue this yet. So we're going to put our second card base in here and go with our ribbon all the way through the outside. And now we're going to turn this inside. And I'm aligning this as best as I can. So I'm holding these purple piece well. And we are going to, okay, there, tighten these up. And I'm making sure again that I'm not moving that purple piece. And now it looks like what I wanted to make. I was like, this is so odd. Something is off. Yes, something was off, guys. That is so funny. And now we're going to go back to our little piece in here. And we're going to tie this. I think I'm going to use the leftover piece because that's probably going to be easier for me. So, holding these. I'm going to put this one in here. And we're going to get our little tiny knot. That is rebellious as well. They're always rebellious when it comes to me and ribbons, guys. Okay, I think we got it, ish. Okay, so we managed, guys. This looks super, super cute. And guys, this is pretty much it. This is our little card. So we open. So this ribbon is the one that's holding the card together. So if you don't like what you see, you can totally change it. We have one page, right? It opens like this. And we then have a second page that opens like that. And then they'll have something here. Can you write or put a sentiment in here? You can put something in here if you want it. You can put something in here if you want it. I kind of like it just like this. And I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to bring, these are the tinsel gems. I really love these ones. And we are going to bring some in here. I'm going to have a small one. I don't know why these gems are a little bit rebellious. I was doing it for the other card, and it's like, okay, guys, come on, you can do this. It seems like they can't. So I'm going to bring these other attachment and see if this works a little bit better. That seems to work a tiny bit better, not a whole lot. I'm going to bring those two there, and then I'm going to bring another big one. And I'm going to put it there. No, I want it in the paper. Sorry, guys. And I want it there. Okay, so we have our little beautiful gems in there. And again, it just opens like this. And then you have one page, the other page, and the area where you're going to write. Okay. And again, this looks perfect in the back. And I love how this tiny bow looks in here. And that's the first card. So let's go to the second card. Actually, let me show you the other card so you see. So this is the one we did today. This one, I was working on that bow. And that's why I had to research why my bow was not looking good. So it's not very bad. It's not very good. But the truth is you can remove these completely and do it again. So there's not a big deal. And this is what I was telling you. So this one actually has a different pattern paper on the front. And there you go. There's another pattern paper, and we have just the stamp set in here. Okay, and then finally, I'm removing all that. Here is the All About Autumn paper. There it goes. So I did put the little bow on top. I just didn't like it very much. You guys can tell that it doesn't look very well. So I may just remove it. And I'm using these big gems from last year, but I really like it. So this is kind of what I was telling you. These are two different pattern papers, but this is kind of soft. And the back is also kind of soft. So we have one pattern paper with the leaves. We open up, and then we have, whoops, let me show you. There we go. Another pattern paper. Beautiful. I really, really love that. If you want, you can totally stamp something here because it allows that. And then there you go. There's the area inside. Okay. So these are the three cards for this type of card with playing with acetates, right? So let me remove these out of the way, kind of reorganize, and I'll come back here in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So now we are going to be working with that beautiful acetate that has a pattern to it, and I already forgot the name of it. It's Gold Celebrations. Okay, it comes in 3 different patterns, beautiful patterns. And I'm going to bring that one. So I already have these cut. This is the same. This is 11 by 5 and a by 11 by 4 1/4, right? It's 4 at 5 1/2. So I have already done that because there's not a whole lot of extra to it. I am doing a little bit of reinforcing that score lining here in the middle. So what I did is I used our previous, and they are already retired, so this is gonna have some retired stuff, and I'm sorry about that, but you can totally do this with the decal rectangles, right? I just wanted the stitch line in here, so that's why I cut this, and so I just cut the biggest of the rectangles and the one that's right next after, just to create. We're going to create a little frame in here. And yes, this is going to look terrible, so I actually created 2 of them, so I can put one in the back as well. Okay, so here's the other piece. So I don't know if you guys remember not last week, the week before, we actually cut a square together, and what I did, I put the bigger square and the square that was smaller, right? And then I attached them with a little bit of piece of Post-it, and then kept them attached. So that kind of makes it easier to have 2 pieces pretty much similar, right? I wouldn't say perfectly the same, but that's probably not right. But they are fairly similar, right? And so that way, when I put this in the back, in the card, I won't have a whole lot of that white showing up. Okay, so we can utilize for this whatever we want. I am going to use glue, just because there's no other way to glue this. Our Stampin' Seal Plus would be too thick for this, so we're going to use glue. It's going to take a little bit to dry, but it's fine. We can work on the rest of the card base, or of the card, not the card base, as we go. While this dries. So again, I cannot extend this, so I'm just going to fold it flat really, really well and make sure that I am putting this exactly where I want it. I am just eyeballing this. That's all, guys. And I'm going to hold it for a couple of minutes there. Well, not a couple of minutes. That was like a couple of seconds. And we are going to go ahead and adhere this. So the truth is, if you look, it does not look too terrible. I don't know if you can tell. It's not too bad. I just want it so it looks a little bit better. Now, gluing this is going to be difficult because the other part of the acetate will keep coming back as it was doing while I was talking, right? It's just in the nature of the acetate. Let's just say it doesn't absolutely love to be folded like this. So I'm going to hold with one hand as best I can, and I'm going to do this, as best as I can. And this is a good idea. It's just a little rough to do it. I got an idea now. Okay, I'm going to hold this here with my arm. I'm going to turn this into my other hand, and we're going to glue this starting on the top in here, or on the bottom actually. I was trying to start on the top, but that was a little bit too complicated for obvious reasons. And if we start at the bottom, then it will be much easier. And we'll just follow through in here. And I'm just making sure there's not a whole lot of that white showing up. And there we go. I'm just moving this to fit perfectly. And I think that looks very, very good. So again, for the inside frame, just start at the bottom. That was Maria, a moment, right? I don't know why I was starting with the hardest area. If you start at the bottom, you'll be able to control it as you glue it. And because it's glue, we have, you know, some leeway to move this. Okay, so that looks pretty okay, I think. I'm moving this still a little bit. That's one of the advantages that it's what's the name of this? That it is an acetate, that it does not glue quickly. It does allow you some time to adhere this, right? I think there's some areas where there's glue. We can remove that later probably. Okay, so very simple. I love how this looks though. So here's my thought. I know this is not exactly snow, but it's a snowish, right? And so that's what I am going for. This is a Christmas card, and we're going to be using the merriest trees. Very, very simple. I have everything almost ready and to glue because I really want this was just like an extra card. So this is the front. I have used the contour dies. I have used this over and over and over again. I think they're still available if you want them. These are one of those things that are just so good, right? That you will use over and over again. I think. And I have used the Love and Joy from that from the merriest trees in gold embossed or emboss it in gold powder. So we're going to put this one in here, and I am going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because in the end this all is going to be covered. Yeah, this is going to be one of those regular cards that, I mean, acetate cards that will have like a back everywhere. So I just centered that in there. And now I have had a piece that I die cut in gold that's going to come down here, just like that. And then a piece that I cut in white and gold embossed with one of the stamps in the merriest trees. And I am wondering if I have them close to me. So here they are, so I can show you, right? So what I did is use these, just the stamp and gold emboss it. So use the birthmark in and gold emboss it. And we're just going to put these two in here. I think I'm going to move this a tiny bit higher and this one a tiny bit lower. And we're just going to put one on top of the other. And let's see. We'll glue this. Yeah, I'm doing that with glue. We're putting glue in here to adhere it, and we are just going to try not to put glue on the other side. Set a little higher. There you go. And I'm going to use dimensionals in here because there's no problem in using dimensionals. They're going to be covered by these two pieces, right? So they're not going to be noticeable. Whoops. And that just gives some cute fun in here. And I'm going to put this one on top, just like that. And now in the back, I have had two pieces. So I actually have two pieces of these. I have two pieces of the same die cut. And I did use the embossing folder from the Berry Christmas Suite. Let me bring it to you. This folder is probably, embossing folder is probably one of my favorite. It's called Snowflake Sky 3, and it's a 3D embossing folder. And I know that is hard to see in white, but let me, there you go. That is so gorgeous. So I just emboss a big piece and then die cut this because they're just, I mean, like, I love this embossing folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one in here. Okay, and I'm gluing it. I should have just used the Stampin' Seal Plus. I don't know what I was thinking. And I am making sure that these two fit. So I'm coming back here and see that that fits perfectly. So I am not seeing either side. And this side has a beautiful, you know, texture to it. Now I'm going to move this, and I have another piece that it is completely without anything, just no embossing folder. I am not going to stamp in the inside because I just want these to be the area I can write. So I am going to align this here, guys, and that's how I am going to glue this. So I'm going to align this here, and I am going to bring glue again. And I know that that is, I mean, I keep saying that about, you know, glue and acetate, but it just is a little bit easier, right? And or you can just put the Stampin' Seal Plus beforehand. And I'm working very hard on keeping these very well aligned, so there are no white pieces, right, that are off. And I'm making sure that is it. Look. And now I'm just going to go ahead and close it without moving. And now, because we are here, I'm going to put some, this is the right, yep. I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm not moving that. If you notice, I'm trying not to move my hand. Just like that. And we are going to bring this and adhere this other piece in here. Again, just making it fit. It's almost like putting a puzzle, not a puzzle together really. But like being mindful that this all is going to fit in the same place, with the advantage that acetate does not, you know, it's not like paper. It does not tear if you make a little mistake. And now we just have this gorgeous little card that opens. You have a place to write, and then it has a back. I did cut an extra, tree in gold, and we're going to put that one in here. And I keep using glue for whatever reason. And I'm going to center it, guys. I'm going to center, center, center. The next thing, or the last thing I'm going to use, guys, is the, I should have had it out. I don't know why I did not have it out. Okay, it is here. Sorry, guys. And it's our adhesive back snowflakes. And, of course, we can put a couple of snowflakes because, you know, snowflake is kind of the... And I'm putting a few in the back, and I'm actually going to use the sizes we got in here. We have 3 sizes, right? We have big size, we have a smaller, this just kind of like did not work. Let's see. Rebellious. So I'm going to bring our own. It doesn't matter. Sometimes that happens with this, especially some of these bigger ones. And I'm just bringing my take your pick with that big, for that big snowflake. I'm putting a glue dot that just jump, and we're going to just adhere it there in the glue dot. And I'm going to bring one of the metal ones. Maybe that's less rebellious. And I'm just going to put it up here. It can be out because in the end it's all gold, right? And I'm going to bring this back to the front, and I'm going to bring another one of these gorgeous, gorgeous smaller ones. Oh no, these are not the smaller ones. These are the smaller ones. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bring one here at there. And another one probably there. Like right there. And I'm going to bring the last of these small ones down there. Okay, and I'm still going to add a couple. I'm going to add some on this side. And I'm going to bring one of those big ones to the side. And these are just going to be the only decoration there. Two of the middle ones. Actually, I'm going to keep the theme. So one is there, and we'll bring the smallest one. And this is my last one, guys. This is so sad. But we're just going to put it in there, right? Right there. So we have a lot of going on in this card, and it's super simple to make. So we have all these beautiful gold. If you know me, you know I love my gold. We open, and it has that beautiful snowflakes coming as well. And then you have an area to write, and finally in the back you have more of that beautiful Nereus trees and those snowflakes. And I just realized that I think I want this snowflake up top here, and maybe maybe this one. I'm going to get that one because it's probably easier. Up there, maybe there. Just like that. I'm going to move this one. Okay, up there. Something along those lines. Let's see. There. Sorry, guys. Sometimes, like it needs to look like it's falling, right? So, there you go. Okay. Whew, that was quick. This is a pretty simple card. You can totally make several of these very, very quickly. And you can totally change the colors, right? For example, you could use red paper. Green would look very beautiful with the gold. You can do also, why not, silver and gold. You can do, I was thinking about this. You do remember that shimmery paper like this and blue? Ooh, that would look beautiful. Anyways, those are possible combinations. I just did create this one. It was kind of an extra. And these are the cards that we made today. Oh, not this one, sorry. These are the cards that we made today. And these are the extra cards I showed you for that option. Oops, I just fold that. Okay. Guys, it's been a little messy today. I'm so sorry. But I do really hope you like these cards. Let me come back up here. There's just different options to use your acetate. So just let me know in the comments, guys, down below which one you like better, which type you like better. If you like better the one with the golden frame or the other one where you create kind of like a little book. And which did you prefer, the one with the Meandering Meadows DSP or the one with the All About Autumn? I have to say the All About Autumn is definitely a very beautiful designer series paper. Let's see, guys. I don't think I have anything else. If you've been here through all this convoluted video, even if it's just recorded, I really appreciate your support, and I hope, guys, that I will be seeing you on Tuesday for our live. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, or in this case, your Sunday, and that the beginning of the week is full of blessings for you and your family. Bye.